Welcome back, everybody, and thanks again for being with us. Some of Central Texas out there dealt with flash flooding overnight, and overall we've seen quite a bit of rain this week. Let's check with Chief Meteorologist Nick Bannin to give us an update about how this might be impacting our drought out there.
Well, we have seen an improvement in the drought with today's update, but remember today's Thursday update, the cutoff for the data that feeds into it is Tuesday morning. So all of the rain that we've had since Tuesday morning, of which some places have had several inches, won't get into the drought report until next week. But look at the changes from last week to this week's drought report. We saw a removal of the level 4 out of 4 exceptional worst case drought in parts of Blanco, Burnett, Travis and Hayes counties. That was last week. This week, the exceptional drought is gone there, but it remains in parts of Gillespie County. We also saw some 1 category drought improvements in the northern hill country, going from a moderate drought to no longer in drought, but still considered dry. And also some marginal improvements in the metro in our southeastern counties too, largely staying the same. So some improvements, yes. Certainly nice to get rid of that top tier exceptional drought, but we still have a long way to go as far as this drought goes before it's removed entirely. We continue to see beneficial rises in our lakes over the last several days and really the last several weeks, both Lake Travis rising and Lake Bannin rising. And in fact, how much have they been rising? Lake Travis is up 2 feet in the last month. Lake Bannin is up now roughly 4 feet over the last month, but we still need these lakes to continue to rise as well. And while there was flash flooding overnight into the morning in parts of the area, Austin, as often seems to be the case, but not always, missed out on a lot of those higher totals, just about 1/3 of an inch here this morning on top of about 1/4 of an inch that fell yesterday. So for the month, 3/4 of an inch of rain. That means we're still in a rainfall deficit for the month of about 1 inch. And for the year to date, about 1.5 inches. So we still need more rain, but a lot of that heavier rain was falling in the right places yesterday, which is in the hill country and in Hayes County, where we have needed more of that rain, not just for the lakes, but for the aquifers as well. By the way, if you're curious about rainfall totals where you are, you can go to KXAN.com. Weather and traffic tab, you can find them there. I've also posted a link under the main weather story if you're curious about how much rain you've picked up where you are. We're trying to get some sunshine now in Bee Cave, getting a little bit of it there at the Covert Bee Cave Auto Mall camera. Blue skies off to the west with thicker clouds, especially the mid-level and high clouds overhead and in our eastern sky. And that's because of some of the storms still off to the south, throwing a lot of clouds our way. So even if we don't have storms here, we're getting the clouds from the storms. And as you can see, our computer models hinting that those clouds may try to keep retreating to the east a little bit into the evening, giving some slightly more sunny skies into the early evening than what we have right now. Certainly the hill country seeing way more sun than the rest of us. There is going to be a tiny, call it 10% shower or storm chance this evening and overnight. I think the hill country, where we have had more sun, probably has the highest chance for a stray shower or storm, but most of us will be dry here this evening, overnight, and into the day tomorrow. Likely starting your Friday with some patches of low clouds that'll give way to more and more sun as we head closer to the middle of the day, and a fair amount of sun for the afternoon. But hold your horses. There's the potential for a few showers and storms to come in later in the day, especially into our eastern counties, but possibly making it as far west as the metro as we wrap up the afternoon and head into tomorrow evening. Then some of those low clouds come back for Saturday morning before the sun is back out again into Saturday afternoon, and I anticipate another late afternoon and evening shower or storm chance, with only about 20% of the area getting actual rain though. Rain chances tonight lower than that at 10% with a lot of clouds, but some breaks at times. Overnight lows down to 69, and then we'll head for 93 here tomorrow. Much warmer than the 70s most of us are experiencing now, because we do expect a lot more sunshine here tomorrow, but there is that 20% rain and storm chance later in the day. Let's take you into Father's Day weekend. Of course, we got Flag Day still on Saturday. With both days being pretty similar but not identical. Sun and clouds both days, and isolated late day storms getting about 20% of us some rain. 94 Saturday, 93 on Sunday, and we're going to keep the heat slowly building over the coming days. as temperatures head for the mid-90s by the middle of next week. Now, in the near term, rain and storm chances will be dropping as we finish the weekend into Monday and Tuesday of next week. But it does look like the potential for another wet weather pattern, not quite as wet as this recent round, looks to get going later Wednesday and especially Thursday of next week. Rain chances are not super high yet, but they are on the up and up for the second half of next week. And in fact, the extended rainfall outlook there from June 20th through the 26th leans a little bit wetter than normal for all of Central Texas.